Hey everyone, welcome back. You're listening to the channel Blessings of Hope. So a few days ago, I posted a video that was like an hour long about my rapture dreams. I had 6 of them, all pointing to the rapture being September 18th or 19th. And I promised you guys that I would post my dreams in separate videos so that you guys can recap them easier, so that you guys can review them and share them with your friends easier. So it's been a few days since I've been able to get around to it, but I finally have time. So I'll just be sharing the one that I had July 25th in this video. I promise I did not ramble on in that last video on purpose. I was trying to share the gospel message. I was trying to share the deeper things that we need to spiritually work on. I've been getting some accusations and some comments like, you rambled on purpose so that you can get views and you can get monetized. I promise you guys, I don't care about that. If this channel never got monetized, I don't care. Like, I would not mind. I wouldn't care. It's not that I'm trying to make money from wasting your guys' time. I should have brought that up in that video. That being said, it's totally worth it to go back and watch that video if you guys do have time, because I share a lot of good insight and other dreams that the Spirit actually prompted me to bring up as I went along that I wasn't planning to share. Dreams that will really help you guys to hold on hope-wise, all thanks to Jesus Christ. Teaching you guys how to strengthen your walk with God, strengthen your relationship with God. So yes, please go watch that. I promise I'm not trying to waste your time with it. But with that being said, I did promise that I would share these individually. So just a brief, like I promised, just 30-second recap of the intro. In that video, I did not look for rapture dates. Like, I got to a certain point where I told God, actually, don't give me rapture dates anymore. I'm not a rapture date setter. And so I just wanted to like sort of bring that up again, is because it's important to know that, you know, there's a lot of channels that sort of do that for entertainment. They sort of do that to get views. I'm not calling anyone out. I wasn't for or against the rapture. About a year ago, I just told God, look, it's destroying my faith. Like, I noticed that for me personally, like when the rapture dates they would come and go, and it would destroy my faith. And I wanted to focus on my walk with God. I know that that's the most important thing. And so I was just like, God, please just don't like stop giving me rapture dates. But then it got to a certain point in July where I started receiving these dreams, all pointing to September 18th and 19th for the rapture. And at first I kind of just brushed it off, and then it started becoming more frequent, and I was like, okay, I'll share it. And I want you guys to know I'm not a rapture date setter. It's so important to put your guys' hope first and foremost in Christ. If you don't accept him first as our salvation and have faith in him, he is our means of salvation, we're not going to be raptured anyway. We're not going to be in the rapture. And so we need to focus on our walk with God first and foremost, and how God would have us act and walk and live, right? So, but yeah, please go check out the other video if you feel so led and if you have time. It's really good. I've had a lot of comments on that where people have said it's an answer or a confirmation for them, and they said it really helped them, not just for the dates, but the other things that I have spoken. So anyway, so this video, I'm going to be sharing the July 25th, 2024 dream. So very briefly, there's a lot that happened in that dream, a lot of prophetic things that sort of went through my spiritual journey, my spiritual walk with God at the different stages of my life recently. And then at the very end of the dream, a woman came up to me and my mom in a church building. And she said that 2 full moon cycles will occur, and then the taking up of the bride. And this was July 25th. And then she said 2 years will go by, and then the entire world will be burned. And I was reading through this dream again, and I saw some details that I forgot that was in the dream, and I'll just share that with you guys because it's very, very relevant. So after she said this, I forgot to mention, I just read it, that I wrote that there was a container full of these bearded dragon creatures. I saw a small bearded dragon that was almost like a lizard compared to the other bearded dragons. I saw it rose up and it ate 4 things. So this smaller creature that was like a lizard rose up and ate 4 things amongst all these bigger bearded dragons. And then I was like really surprised because it was small, and I'm like, how could it? And the very last thing that it ate, I believe it was a snake. So I was just in awe, like how could this tiny thing rise up and eat these 4 things, and the last one being a snake? And then it just hid after that. It went and hid. And then the woman, I'm just reading this here, the woman that was making that prophecy, she said that this meant that in 3 days something will happen, and that this is a sign that all she said will come true. Now, I don't know if she meant 3 days after this sign, so like if the little creature rising up and eating the 4 things represented something in the world that will happen, and then once we see whatever that represents in the world taking place, or it could be in my personal life, who knows? I did mention in that video that all of this could just be for me, right? But she did say, you know, the world will be burned, so I'm assuming this relates to the world. But I was gonna say that she said this meant that in 3 days something will happen, and this is a sign that all she said will come true. So that's the dream. I really am at a loss of words, if you will, of what that last part could mean. The only thing that I could think of is that something spiritually happened in my life just last night that could relate to that. And I don't want to necessarily share it. It's not something that even you guys would understand. It's like something personal in my walk with God. I don't doubt that this means something in the world too, like something maybe that's happening politically. I don't get super into politics. I know that the debate happened yesterday. Anyway, so I woke up from this dream. I looked up, you know, 2 full moon cycles from July 25th to the day is September 18th. So I sort of put this on the back burner of my mind because I wasn't seeking for rapture dates. I was sort of just like, all right, like, God, I respect that. Like, I respect if you want to show me something, I'll write it down. But I didn't want to get too excited about it. I didn't want to, I always just put it in the back of my mind if it's a rapture date. And I just sort of told God, if this is real, if this is from you, then show me more. I think that's what I told him. But I'm not going to put too much weight on it right now. I didn't really know what it meant at that time. It wasn't until more and more dreams came to me that sort of tied everything in together, all pointing to September 18th and 19th, that I really started to contemplate, write things down, and then eventually share with you guys. So before this video gets too long, I'll end it, and then I'll share my other 5 dreams that I had that point to September 18th and 19th. Please follow along in this channel if you feel led. It helps the gospel message get out there to people. Like this video, subscribe if you feel so led, like I said, and then comment if you guys know what this could mean. This little lizard rising up amongst the bearded dragons. It was like a box, like a container that I saw. And it was like that woman that prophesied this, she was there in the pew of the church, and the box of these lizards was like right by her. I think it was like to the right of her. I say that because I know that in these dreams, you don't think the details matter, but every little detail matters, and is symbolic. So I thought I'd throw that in there. Yeah. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned. See you soon.